Hello students, myself Deepika Prajapati from Computer Department and welcome to all of you in our today's video lecture series. So dear all students, let's start. Today we are going to discuss about unit number 5 of the NMS subject Networking Management and Administration. So today our topic of the video lecture series is troubleshooting. And here the name of unit 5 is troubleshooting of networking. So which type of troubleshooting acquire for the networking system? So first of all, the topic of troubleshooting hardware system. So first of all, you have to understanding the problem. So this topic is a very most important topic for the GTU University exam, and this type of question how asked in GTU exam. So like in GTU exam, this type of question ask, write down the troubleshooting problem of hardware system. So whenever this type of question ask in GTU exam, then you have to write this type of answer for the understanding problem and troubleshooting of hardwaring system. So let's start understanding the problem. So first, here troubleshooting is perhaps the most difficult task that computer professional face. Added to the need to get to the bottom of problem affecting the network is the pressure to do as quickly as possible. So once again here the troubleshooting of the hardwaring system is says that is perhaps the most difficult task that computer professional face, and added to the need to get bottom of the problem affecting the network is the pressure to do so as quickly as possible. The second point of the computer system of failure is never seem to fail at convenient time, and failures occur in the middle of job or when there are deadlines, and pressures to fix the problem immediately are intense. Troubleshooting is more of an art form than exact science. So this is the understanding the problem of system. Once again, what is the understanding problem of the system? So first of all, you have to perhaps the most difficult task that computer professional faces, and then you have to add it need to get a bottom problem affecting the network, and that is pressure to do as quickly as possible. Then second point of the understanding problem of the hardwaring system is computer never seem to fail at convenient time, and failures occur in the middle of job when there are deadlines, and pressure to fix the problem immediately are intense. And troubleshooting is more of an art form than an exact science. Next, the step number 1, how we can define understanding the problem. So first of all, the step number 1 for the defining problem. So the first phase is the most critical at most often ignored. Without a complete understanding of the entire problem, you can spend a great deal of time working on the symptoms without getting to cause. So the only tools required for this phase are a pad of paper, pencil, otherwise pen, and good listening skills. Second thing, listening to the client or network user is your best source of information. So that is our step number 1 for the understanding problem is defining first of all your problem of the system. Once again, the understanding problem of your hardware system as well as networking system, first of all you have to follow this step. Step number 1 says defining the problem, and how to defining the problem. So first of all, this phase is the most critical at the most often ignored. Without complete understanding of the entire problem, you can spend a great deal of time working on the symptoms without getting to the cause. So the only tools required for this phase are pad of paper, a pen, pencil, and good listening skills. Listening to the client or network user is your best source of information. So keep in your mind, this is the most important thing about our defining problem is listening to the client or network user is your best source of information. Next, step number 2, isolating the cause. So the next step is isolate the problem, being by eliminating the most obvious problems and work toward the more complex and obscure. And your purpose is to narrow your search down to on one or two general categories. So be sure to observe the failure yourself. If possible, have someone demonstrate the failure to you. If it is operator induced problem, it is important to observe how it is created as well as the result. So second step says our defining and understanding problem is that isolated the cause. So how we can isolate the cause? So first of all, you have to observe all the problem of networking as well as hardwaring system, and your purpose is to narrow your search down to one or more general categories, and be sure to observe the failure yourself. If possible, have someone demonstrate the failure to you. If it is an operator induced problem, so it is the most important to observe how it is created and as well as how we can get the result of this occurring problem. Okay, next, step number 3, planning the repair. So how to repair our system? So first of all, we have to plan for the repairing system. So step number 3, planning the repair. After you have lesson, you search down to a few categories. The final process of elimination begins. Create a plan approach to isolating the problem based on your knowledge at this point, and then start by trying out the most obvious or easiest solution to eliminate and continue towards the more difficult and complex task. And it is important to record each step of the process, document every action and its result. So whenever we define problem, second step isolate the cause, and third step is planning the repairing system of networking as well as hardware system. So whenever we define step 1 and 2, then follow the step number 3. So step number 1 say as nothing but it defining a problem of system. Step number 2 say as isolating a cause, and then we follow the step number 3, planning the repair. So planning the repair, once again, it is nothing but it can be created a plan approach to isolate the problem based on your knowledge at the point, and starting by trying out the most obvious or easiest solution to eliminate and continue toward the more difficult and complex. It is important to record each steps of the processes, document every action and its results. Next, confirming the results. So this steps is very most important step for our defining problem. Second step, isolating problem. Third step, repairing the system, and this steps is totally depends on above 3 steps. So step number 4 is confirming the results. So confirming results says no repair is complete without confirmation that the job has been successfully concluded. You need to make sure that the problem no longer exists. Once again, you need to make sure that the problem no longer exists. Ask the user to test the solution and then confirm the results. Once again, you have to ask the user to test the solution and then confirm the results. You should also make sure that fix did not generate new problems. Be sure to confirm not only the problem you fixed, but also that what you have done has not had a negative impact on any other aspect of the network. So these all steps followed by confirming result of our troubleshooting hardware as well as networking system. Next, step number 5, documenting the outcome. So finally, document the problem and the repair. Second steps of the documenting outcome is recording what you have learned will provide you with invaluable information. So there is no substitute of experience in troubleshooting, and each new problem presents you with an opportunity to expand the experience. And keeping a copy of the repair procedure in your technical library can be useful when the problem occurs again. Once again, this point is very most important point for the documenting outcome. Keeping a copy of the repair procedure in your technical library can be useful when the problem or one like it occurs again, and that is the most important thing about our documenting the outcome source. Next, segmenting the problem. Segmenting problem topic is a very most important topic for the GTU exam. So dear all students, be kindly focus study with this topic, segmenting the problem. And this question again and again asked in GTU exam, having 3 marks, either 4 marks. So here let's start the new topic, segmenting the problem. So if the initial of network statistics does not expose an obvious problem, then dividing the network into smaller parts to isolate the cause is the next step in the troubleshooting process. Once again, this point says it is nothing but whenever a network statistics is occur and we can't define easily, then these network statistics expose, it means divided into some smaller parts, and then we have to isolate the cause is the next step in the troubleshooting process. The first question to ask is whether the problem stems from hardware or the software. If the problem appears to be hardware based, then start by looking at only one segment of the network and then looking at only one type of the hardware. If we if our problem segmentation is hardware based, then start by looking at only one segment of the network and then looking at only one type of hardware. Next, isolating the problem. So isolating the problem says as after you have gathered information, rank list of the possible causes in order, beginning with the most likely and moving to the least likely cause of the problem. Then select the most likely candidate from the list of possible causes and test it, and in a few seconds if that is a problem, and start from the most obvious and work to the most difficult. And for the example, if you suspect that a faculty network interface card, then it is known as B2 in good working order. So this is the best example of isolating problem. So what is the example of isolating problem? So isolating problem example say here, if you suspect that a faculty network interface card NIC that is known to be in a good working order, and that is covered by this isolating. Okay. Next, setting prioritize. So a fundamental element in a network problem is setting priorities. So everyone want his or her computer fixed first, so setting priorities is not an easy job. And while the simplest approach is to prioritize on first come first serve basis, this does not always work, as some failures are more critical resolved than others. So this is followed by the theme first come first serve, FCFS. So that is a more probable difficulties of our setting priority system. So while the simplest approach to propertize on the first come first serve basis, this does not always work. That means it occurs the more and more problem occur, and as some failure are more critical to resolve than other, and whenever this system is interruptible, then this is a more critical to resolve other than likely compared to other system. So FCFS does not always work, and whenever it fail, then more critical to resolve rather than other system. Okay, next, which type of troubleshooting tools used for the system? So here, if problems are not easily solved, then use various tools for solve it, and troubleshooting tools are necessary for every network administrator. When getting started in the networking field, it is important to collect a number of tools that can be used to troubleshoot a variety of different network conditions. And while it is true that the use of specific tools can be subjective and at the discretion of the engineer. Hardware tools. So hardware tools is very expensive. Once again, hardware tools is very expensive for the use of system. So this one, hardware tools were once very expensive and difficult devices to use, and they are now less expensive and easier to operate. So they are now less expensive and easier to operate. So it is very helpful to identify performance trends and problems. So the level of troubleshooting most often performed on PC hardware is the exchanging field replaceable unit FIUS. So this one is a very most important topic for GTU exam. So once again, how to ask this type of question is GTU exam, like explain hardware tools. So whenever explain hardware tools asked in GTU exam, then you have to write this type of answer for the hardware tools. So hardware tools were once again very expensive and difficult devices to use, but now in earlier days it cost is very less, so less expensive and easier to operate. So it is very helpful to identify performance trends and problems. And the level of troubleshooting most often performed on PC hardware is exchanging field replaceable. So however, a few hardware diagnostic tools can be very helpful in isolating defective hardware components. And which type of tools include in hardware tools? So here these tools include, like, first, digital voltmeter. So here one, this figure is our digital voltmeter. So see, this figure is says about digital voltmeter working. So let's start. Digital voltmeter, volt ohm meter, we can also say digital voltmeter as volt ohm meter, is the primary all purpose electronic measuring tools, and it is considered standard equipment for any computer or electronic technician and can reveal for more than just amount of voltage passing through resistance. So see, this is our digital voltmeter figure for measure the volt ohm meter for the purpose electronic measuring tools. So it is considered standard equipment for any computer or electronic technician and can reveal for more than just the amount of voltage passing through resistance. Once again, which type of case is defined by the digital voltmeter? So here the digital voltmeter can determine in following cases defined as under. So first of all, whenever the cable is continuous, has a no break. Then second point, the cable can carry network traffic, and then two parts of the same cable are exposed and touching, and an exposed part of the same cable is touching another conductor such as a metal surface. So this is the nothing but a cases occurs, and that is determined by our digital voltmeter. Once again, cable is continue, has a no break, can carry a network traffic. Two parts of the same cable are exposed and touching, and an exposed part of the same cable is touching another conductor such as a metal surface. So one of the network administrator most important function is to confirm source voltage for the network equipment. So I hope, dear all student, you all easily understand the concept about digital voltmeter. So now next here we are going to discuss about more than one description about digital voltmeter. So here this figure is about our digital voltmeter, and see the TDRS, it means time domain reflectmeter, shown in this type of figure. So this figure is about our TDRM, stands for time domain reflectometer. Once again, TDRM stands for time domain reflectometer. So time domain reflectometer, in which type of condition we can use. So let's start. Time domain reflectometer as shown in this figure. So this is our TDRM. Next, this equipment send sonar like plies along cables to locate break, shorts or imperfection. Network performance suffers when the cable is no intact. If the TDR locates a problem is analyzed and the results are displayed. So a TDR can locate a break within a few feet of the actual separation in the cable. So this is our TDRM. Next, advanced cable tester. So this is our cable tester. But dear all student, in the next video lecture series we will discuss about advanced cable tester. So now in this lecture we already completed about TDRM, then digital voltmeter, then hardware tools, troubleshooting tools, our setting priorities of the system, isolating the problem, segmenting the problem, and the total 5 steps for troubleshooting system. So 5 steps of the troubleshooting system. First of all, we have to define and understanding the problem. So step number 1 says as a define problem. Second step, isolating the cause. Third step, planning the repair. Fourth step, confirming the result, and then 5 step, documenting the outcome. So this all topic is very most important topic for the GTU exam. So in a next video lecture we will discuss about advanced cable tester. Okay, thanks to all of you.